Right, should be back on now. Should be back on. Yeah, I don't know why this keeps cutting out. I've got no idea. It's quite annoying though. Yeah, mine seems to cut. It seems to be cutting out like every half an hour for some reason. I used to stream with Elgato before, but I thought I'd try this as it's like part of YouTube and stuff. But it just seems to cut out every like half an hour for some reason. It's quite weird. Right, so where were we? Let's put some sound on. Yeah, as I was saying, it's a bit difficult because with the sound, you weren't here before, Tyler, but the sound on here. If I have the sound that you can hear me, I can't hear the game. The game is so quiet, it's ridiculous. But if I turn the game down, so it's like better for you to listen. It's like a better mix of like hearing me and the car. I can't actually hear it coming out of the tablet. I wonder if headphones would work. I think if I put headphones in, I don't think you would get any sound. Actually, when you streamed, Tylo, did you you had a headset in or something, didn't you? Maybe if I put headphones in, I don't know if that would affect the audio. Sometimes it affects the audio and you won't be able to hear it. Anyway, I'll stick there and go. Right, so what we got to do? This, that's a speed snap, weren't it? Speed snap, right. Yeah, mine's down almost all the way. I can only just about hear it. Right, 196. Right, when I was in the red, I think I just about did it in the time, but it weren't fast enough. It's a bit of a tricky corner, this one, isn't it? That was garbage. Oh, although I done it quite easy. Oh, that was easy. You can't beat being in the green, can you? Being in the green, you get green. Something like to beat, wasn't it? First go in the green. Actually, I must admit, sometimes I do drive the car when it's totally silent anyway, just to, when I was playing the game a lot. I don't really know why, but I think the only area in this track that has no apparent braking point is before the second turn. It's quite a bit of a fairly sort of couple of corners there, isn't it? Breakfast? Breakfast? You live in America. Breakfast? It's about 6 o'clock at night, isn't it? 5 o'clock at night? You can't be having breakfast at 5 o'clock at night, surely. Bloody hell. Yeah, see, most tracks you've normally got. I tend to, on most braking points, or most tracks, I get I normally look at, say, curbing, and there'll be a stretch of curbing, say like red and white curbing, and on that stretch of curbing, my braking point will either be, say, at the start of it, just before it, maybe a third along it, halfway along it, 3/4 way along it, that sort of thing. Curbs are what I normally go for on braking points. I don't normally go for the actual markers that in like real life with the 300, 200, 100 and stuff, because you can't normally see them, but obviously the curbing's good. I know a lot of people go for the overhead signage and stuff, but I never tend to go for them. I was watching a video from, oh, I can't remember his name now. What was his name? He's been videoing probably as long as I have. But he talks. He's not like a lot of the new lot that don't sort of say anything. They just put text up or play stupid jingly music and stuff. He talks. What was his name? He's American. McCain, Racer McCain. Him. I like him. And I was watching a stream of his, and I think he was at Hockenheim maybe, because I did one at Hockenheim, and sometime afterwards I had a little look, and he'd done one at Hockenheim as well. I didn't know he'd done one, but I looked at his one, and he sees his braking points, and he's quite. I like him because he's quite into it. He's quite methodical in his approach, and he's, you know, he really does think about it, and I like that. I don't like people just go round and you know, like they're driving cars they shouldn't be driving. They've nicked them, they've temporarily upgraded them, they've borrowed them, and they do cheats on hacking and all that. I'm not interested in any of that, but I like the way he's methodical, and he was assessing the track, and where I was looking at the curbing, he was looking at the overhead gantry at Hockenheim, and I'd never even noticed the overhead gantry, but he uses that as a braking point. But all I'm saying is it's where we see different things, even though we play the same track time after time after time, and yet we don't actually see the same things. It's quite good that he pointed out this overhead gantry, and I never even knew it existed, because I'm always looking at the curbing on the right, whereas he was looking at the gantry over the top, and he never noticed the curbing that I'm looking at. So it's quite good that there's more people. Yeah, he's good. He did so I remember that one in particular, the one at Hockenheim, because I think he had some sort of Excel spreadsheets and stuff that he, you know, I like all that sort of stuff. It might, you know, a lot of people find that boring, but I like the fact that he was trying to help and explain things and help people, rather than because that's what I like. I like the fact that he was trying to help people rather than saying, look at me, look how brilliant I am. Well, that ain't to me. It's like, you know, there's always going to be somebody better than you, and that's not really what I think it's about. It's about sort of, you know, sharing knowledge and helping people out. Anyway, that's my thing anyway. Right, so we've got goal number 3. What we're gonna do? I bet you could do the same time around Catalonia with no. Oh, it's another bloody time trial. I hate these time trials. 1:27.85. I remember his Apex video on how to. I don't actually remember seeing that one. I'll have to look back on some of his Let's say no off track. Win within 1:27.85 with no off track. Right, so they're all going to be in your way, no doubt, and you can't chop no corners off. I hate this first corner. Yeah, I am fully upgraded on here, yeah. Yeah, there are obviously big differences in the braking, how they do brake. But all I'm saying about the braking points, if that's what you're referring to, was the braking points. There's still, like with the curbing and stuff. That's what I was saying. So my standard braking point, what I would consider would be the standard braking points, is in a car like the Audi R8 or the BMW M3 GT, or any sort of expert level car, if you like, that's quite grippy and quite fast. So a middle of the road sort of car. So say like Hockenheim, I look at the curbing on the right as you come down to the hairpin on the Grand Prix circuit in particular, and on there, because that's quite a key braking point, and I look on the red and white curbing on the right. I know in them cars the braking point is a third of the way along that red and white curbing, and obviously then if I jump into a car say like this, I'll still take that as my braking point, but no, this has got better brakes, so I will try braking at maybe 2/3 of the way down there on the first lap and see how I get on with that. So then I can know if it could be a bit later than that, but I know I won't be far off, straight away. And I've got braking points on virtually every single corner on every track on the game, except really that new one. I've not really got used to that new track yet, but all of the other tracks, obviously been playing this for 4 years, I know every track, every inch of every track really. But my biggest downfall is that I don't race these things to be fast, as funny as that might seem to some people. It's not the fact that I can't go fast, it's just that ain't what the game's about for me. I really just like driving the thing round it, and I like driving it smoothly and effortlessly. I don't really want to put much effort into it to try and shave off that that extra 2 seconds or point. I mean, when I got into in the weekly time trial, I was in A for a little while. It took a bit of effort getting there, I must admit, but then when I got in there, and then you're looking at being 0.3 behind the fastest person in the world, and the effort you put in loads of effort and you might get like 0.1. But some people, that's what they play the game for, and good luck to them. That's what the game's about for them. That's not what the game's about for me. I just like driving the cars nice. Probably spend more time actually doing customising than I do actually racing anyway. Right, last one, stage 6. What we got here? Senna suffered a fuel gauge issue, whatever that is. Well, right, this looks like it might be hard. Then talk about fourth. An overheating engine, and was lucky to secure fourth. See if you can place better than fourth whilst avoiding overheating. So that means you've got to get third or better then. By the sound of that. Oh, it's only one lap. Would you buy a premium version though? That's the thing. Right, you've got overeating problems, got to come third. At least. Thing is, alright, I'll say after. You won't be able to hear me if I talk, so I've got them all to say after. How much is that F1 2016 game? That was about $10, wasn't it? That's a pile of crap. If they can do that for $10, they can probably do this for $10. Actually, no, that was £10, so that'd be more than $10. Probably $12 it was. That's a good thing when you can get your money back though on a game that's pence. That was rubbish, that game. The graphics on it were terrible. It was like stepping back into 1985 or something. Was that the last one? Oh, bloody hell, I don't know if I've got one more stage open or not. I don't think I have. I might probably should have serviced that. I think that's the last one I can do of this. I don't know if I've got stage 7 open. I probably haven't. It's been pretty easy so far. This has not been a difficult goal yet, I don't think. Probably. Oh, right, can't do no more of that. Oh, I should have serviced that then, shouldn't I? Silly arse. So that's a bit of a rip-off here when you live in Britain. Because there's only 2 days left to do it, and yet I can't do any more until midnight, so that means probably that's going to be start for me, you know, tomorrow at some point on Saturday. And then Friday, Sunday, when it opens again, I've got to do it that day. Whereas if you live in a better time zone, you'll get 2 days to finish that. So it's a bit of a rip-off. Yeah, I am. I'm in Essex. What would be the one suggesting you would love for Real Racing 3? Yeah. Don't know. I mean, now I've played a few of the console games, and they've obviously got a lot more stuff in the game. I mean, they've got weather and. But I mean, do I like driving in night time? Not really. Do I like driving in? No. Northcliffe lately. I must have done 100 laps around Northcliffe over the last couple of days. That's probably on Gran Turismo and a few that I've had to go out on Forza are not real tracks. Some of them tracks are gorgeous, and that's what they should do. And Tylo's right there about fantasy tracks. It would be a really good thing because you know, the non-real tracks are bloody good. Right, today I think I'll go and have something to eat. Up past 9 at night here. Right, I'm going to catch you on another one. Maybe I might stream maybe 7 tomorrow if you're about. Thanks for being with me today, and see you all again soon, eh? Till then, see ya.